Hey guys, this is a post-game recap of your Sun Devils knocking off the Texas State Bobcats last Saturday in a 34-15 amazing game. This is presented by Travanci, hosted by the 480, of course, and we are bouncing back and rebounded off of the terrible loss in Starkville, and we put proof to paper on Saturday. It was a BTA belt to ass kind of performance, and I was so hyped to see our top 10 picks. I wouldn't say Sam Levitt's top 10 right now, but I was so excited to see these players ball out the way they did on Saturday. The crowds were amazing. The Valley was activated, and the scene was nothing like we've ever seen before. Every single week, there's always some sort of expectation that's being raised with the Sun Devil family. I'm so excited to be a part of this entire thing, but more importantly, really excited for them that they backed up my narrative of finishing out the season going 11-1. This is just one game through. We got 9 more to go, but our ASU Sun Devils are actually 2-1, and we made it. We made it, guys. So my whole thing about the ASU hosting the Texas State game was I came in with some predisposed takeaways, right? I needed to see some things. I needed to see a good game plan from Marcus Arroyo. I needed to see more disciplined running from the running backs. I needed to see a better rotation with the DBs that admitted more communication. And I needed to see the pass rush and run defense, that front seven, get home or look visible on tape. And they did exactly that. They made the matchups necessary on the front line within the trenches on D-line so that the offense, which was more finesse rather than size-based with Texas Tech or Texas State, was going to be uncomfortable the entire game. So we're going to read off some really good stats that I would like to go off of. Brad Jackson was held to a 57.0 QBR rating. This was due to a lot of messy plays, messy fumbles, messy reads. There were guys open for this Texas State offense that he couldn't get it to them because his progressions weren't taking him there. I saw a few guys who were opening in our zone coverage plays, and that still is going to raise some concerns for me that I still feel like these 5-yard hitch passes are being, we're settling for less almost. But then I was reassured once I was hearing a little bit of narratives from the KD and Brian Ward side, and that they were really trying to relay to the defense all week was that they just wanted to mitigate the points. Don't allow any points. Yeah, yards are going to happen, right? But really what this is falling under is the principle of bend, don't break. They're just saying, yeah, you guys can bend. You guys can bend. You guys are a really good defense, okay? If you guys bend, we're not wavering. We're not anxious about anything. We're still confident that you guys won't break. And that's really what we saw. We saw a lot of really good performances from the defense when Texas State got to the other of their side of the field, right? When they were in scoring a position, we saw them get stopped on a lot of 4th down conversions. We saw Texas State waver on some really bad reads, and it brought them down. So let's look at team stats here. We have Texas State, 3rd down efficiency, 5 for 16. That is really good, guys. And then we're talking garbage time for their 4th down efficiency, but the 2 4th downs that they didn't get were in the most weighty part of the game in the first half. So my whole thing is I thought this defense played really good. I loved the aggressiveness when their quarterback was able to flee the pocket, when Brad Jackson was able to extend the play. I really liked the aggressiveness from the linebackers. I think the key player on this defense last week was Jordan Crook. But again, I was very impressed to see Keith Abney show up on his coverage skills. I was very impressed to see Boogie Wilson step in for Zay and apply that hammer. He applied that hammer to nail, even when he got a little bit shaken up, when he went up high off his helmet and side of his shoulder. He still came back and played amazing. Ghost Rouser is a Sunday player. It's like this secondary, this middle linebacker, it's really just we don't want the running backs to get to the second level, and we don't want to give up explosive plays. our D line is good enough to keep these guys behind the line of scrimmage, and if they don't, they are just trying to churn their way into 1 or 2 yards. We are not expecting to allow an efficient running game with this defense. This defense is far from talented. There isn't a single running back that I'm worried about going into the rest of the season. Like, I can't think of anyone. We have a favorable run defense against every single Big 12 team in the league right now. Even against Iowa State, they're probably the best running team that we would probably play. Maybe even U of A now has a good running game with Mahidi coming back from Texas State. I mean, he looked really good on Friday. But my whole thing is we have the running game. We walk the walk and we talk the talk. We do both things, right? And that is exactly what I wanted to see when I was alluding to the disciplined running. I wanted to see more north-south running. I really appreciated the production and calling from the TNT guys. They were amplifying a lot of my takeaways where it's like, hey, when ASU starts to east-west run, that's when they start to get slowed down momentum-wise. But when they start to go north-south and put their head down, that's when they start to churn out yards. And we saw a little bit of that. Not even a little bit, a lot of that. But I was seeing a little bit of that in that second half of the Mississippi State game. But this game, it was proof to pudding. We saw everything we needed to see. Now, we're going to give the flowers, right? So, bouquet of flowers to Jordan Tyson, bouquet of flowers to Sam Levitt, bouquet of flowers to Raleek Brown, and bouquet of flowers to Kamon Mateer. Kamon Mateer, I loved your inclusion in this offense. This was my game for you. I said it all over. I need these tight ends to get involved on these screens and these hitch routes, these bubble screens. It was just amazing to see. It was reassuring to see. I love to see your tight end screen turn into a touchdown, but more importantly, I love to see your plays more often than not turn into first downs. You are the yak receiver. I think they are struggling to tackle you, and that will be translating into the rest of the season. Kamari Anderson got a similar play, a Kamon Mateer play special, and he even caught one of his. Harpole was missed by Levitt on a little bit of an overthrow when Levitt was extending the play, but then Levitt responds by hitting Jordan Tyson off a 2K jump type of throw, and then we get a 2K hurdle from Jordan Tyson, getting a little bit of those big brother genes from Jalen Tyson. But my whole thing is I love the complimentary football that I saw on Saturday. The game was won in the second quarter, and that is what I expected. That is what I wanted to see. This team is still on track to go 11-1, and my confidence does not waver after this Saturday. Texas State is still a really good team. I think they will represent the Sun Belt, but we are the face of the Big 12. I think we are a CFP contender, and that is exactly what we needed to show, and we did. GJ Kinney, I hope you get your own Power 4 head coaching position after this season. I know there was hype for you getting it last year, but I think you were an amazing coach, even giving your flowers to Sam Levitt after the game with KD. That just shows the respect of like, hey, you were really in a great situation. God bless you. I really hope God blesses me with a situation like that and gives me a quarterback of that kind of caliber. And I hope you do get that, GJ Kinney. Football justice. But my whole thing is ASU came out, proof to pudding, did everything that I needed to see, reassured my little Travanci takes for sure. I'm good, guys. I'm good. This is a staple now. Like, we have a pregame show going for Baylor. We're talking with a beat writer on Thursday for the Baylor Bears. We have a lot of content going for this Big 12 season. But I'm just here to relay the message that this team has done everything possible to show me that they are a contender, and that Mississippi State game was well than necessary and has whipped us up into shape. We should be ranked. We aren't yet, and this is just more fuel to the fire. After we beat Baylor, maybe we get to 25. Maybe we don't. I really don't care anymore. I'm on the same wave, present living, present meaning, well-meaning. Let's just be the best versions of ourselves today, this week. ASU, be the best version of our team this week, and let's go into Waco, Texas, and dominate. This was another amazing video presented by Travanci, hosted by the 480. An amazing game in the Mountain Valley Mountain America Stadium. Amazing sunset, amazing atmosphere. All the cards were aligned. Beautiful day for us to have a great win, and I cannot wait to host TCU in 2 weeks. This is another video, CFB breakdown, but more importantly, a Sun Devil post-game recap. and I cannot wait to see you guys and cover the next game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate the time always.